Hello and welcome everyone. I am Lynnette Schaeffer, the Director of Training here at LEDVANCE. I'd like to welcome you to LEDVANCE's external product launch. This is part 1 of 3 for May of 2024. Today, I'm going to be going over a number of products. As you see here, we've got the Sports Slider UNV. That's just a line extension. We also have our Sports Slider with remote driver. We have a TapSync downlights. We also have the Smart Plus cameras, the doorbell chime, and also filament lamps. And we can't forget the Renaissance LED par lamps line extension as well. So a lot going on. And I thank you again for tuning in today. So first up, we have our wattage selectable sports light. So I'm going to actually move the camera over so you can see this a little bit better. Didn't move very much, but you can kind of get an idea of sort of what I'm looking at here. But basically, this is it. This is the smaller version or the small version of that particular product. You're going to notice that we had this in 277 to 480 volts, but now it is available in 120 to 277. So it is just a line extension. And as a little refresher, this sports light comes with a 3G rating, IP65, impact rating of IK08. And as a reminder, IK means impact rating, and it's on a scale of 0 to 10. IK10 is having the highest impact rating, so IK8 is actually pretty good. It also has UL certification, DLC Premium, FCC, RoHS, and is backed by our trusted warranty too. Now, this particular luminaire is ideal for a lot of different types of applications. Lots of fields and arenas, large general lighting, high mass applications as well. And also, by the way, if you do need a lighting layout done, if you're going to be putting this into an application, we can certainly do that for you as well. So just reach out to any one of us here at LEDVANCE. We are happy to help you. Also, as you can see, this luminaire is available in 4 wattage selectable options, 0 to 10 volts, as also has CRI in the 70s, comes in at 5,000 Kelvin. However, 4,000 and 5,700K can be made to order. There are also 3 distributions to choose from, and it also has a black housing. Now, the lumens on this particular product does range from as low as 29,000 up to 163,000 lumens, and it does come in as a fairly impressive 137 lumens per watt. Now, there are 3 sizes to choose from. You can go also as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit and up to 112 degrees Fahrenheit. This is also impressive in the fact that it has 150,000 hours at L70, and it also comes with an additional 10 kV of surge protection. Now, just to highlight some additional key features that I think are worth mentioning. Number 1, it is wattage selectable, so it aids in inventory reduction and also greater job site flexibility. We always like that. That was a big feature that came out here the last few years. And also, installation is made really easy because it does come with the yoke mount. I don't know how well you can see that on the camera here, but we do have it shipped with the yoke mount. It also has an optional slip fitter available as a separate accessory in case you want to mount it that way instead. Precision light coverage is achieved by the using either the 3x3, the 4x4, or the 5x5 distribution. Those are separate nades, so it's not like you can change it in the field. We don't recommend doing that. So you do have to order it by whatever distribution you want, 3x3, 4x4, or 5x5. Also, the housing and lens are pretty impressive. It does have that 3G vibration rating. Also, it is IP65, as I mentioned, the IK08, power-coated black finish, and also the UV polycarbonate lens provides a really robust and also durable design. And also, multiple distributions can help achieve that precision light coverage as well, as which I talked about. Altogether, this entire unit means that it won't yellow. It can withstand most unforeseeable hits with like the 3G rating that I mentioned, and it also comes with that 3G rating, which is really good for vibration. Also, this luminaire has the optional, or actually comes with, sorry, it does come with the visor, which is a kind of a nice little added feature. What's nice about this is you can use it or you don't have to use it, but it does help with light pollution and light trespass. And it also has this little device here at the very top, which is the, let me get ahead of myself here, is also the laser aimer like an outdoor arena or something like that. Also, if you guys are interested, in the lower right-hand corner, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you directly to the spec sheet if you're interested. So my first poll question, let me go ahead and come up here and I will launch that right now, or at least I think I will. So let's see, poll question number 1. And you guys should be seeing this on your end pop up on your screen, hopefully. Good. Looks like people are already answering. And the question is what was added to the wider selectable sports light? I'm gonna give this just a couple of seconds to answer, so be quick. It looks like many of you are already tuning in. All right. Wow, very impressive today. All right. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. The correct answer actually is the universal 120 to 277 volt. So we didn't do so well on that one, but you did make some good guesses at least. So not too bad, but that is the correct answer, is 120 to 277. Again, we appreciate you playing along with this. All right, so next up, we actually have a brand new product. This is the big brother to the one I just talked about here. This is a brand new product by LEDVANCE, and it has the wattage selectable sports light with remote driver. So that's the big deal with this one. Otherwise, a lot of the same features of what I've already talked about with the other one that we've had out for a while. So it has the same ratings. It's got the same sort of applications that it's going to go into as well. It also has 7 different wattages that you can pick from, which is cool. And it's also available in the 120 to 277, as well as 208 to 480 volts. CRI is also in the 70s, just like the other one was. You've got 5000K as a standard, but 4000K and 5700K can be made to order. It also has 3 distributions and comes in black finish as well. Now, similar to the other ones, this one does go down to 29,000 lumens, but it does go all the way up to 210,000 lumens, which is extremely impressive. Also, there's almost 50,000 more lumens with the new guy versus the old one, right? It also has a really impressive 145 lumens per watt, so that goes up slightly as well. 3 sizes, which are just a tiny bit bigger than the other one that I just talked about. There are also 2 temperature ranges as far as ambient temperature goes. As you can see here, it really depends on whether or not you have the driver that's remote or not remote, and just look on the spec sheet for that. And also, it's always important to check out your spec sheets anyways. Now, it also comes with 10 kV of surge protection, which is designed to help to protect the luminaire from voltage surges. And because it comes up to 10 kV, that's actually pretty nice. A lot of other products typically are in the 2 to 6 kV range. So 10 kV is going to withstand a little bit more of those voltage spikes that you might get with outdoor applications. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about the features of this particular product here. All right. So as I talked about, it is the wattage selectable sports light with remote driver. It features the same things as the other one that I talked about. And it has very much the same sort of things with the laser pointer. You've got the visor that also comes with it that you can attach if you want in the field, or you don't have to use it. It also has that UV stabilized polycarbonate lens, 3 distributions, 3x3, 4x4, 5x5. Also the wattage selectable, which is located right here on the driver itself. You just unscrew this, and that's how you get to the selectable CCTs, or I'm sorry, the selectable wattage. Also not selectable CCT, selectable wattage. Also, the big thing about this one is that the driver can be remote mounted. Now, the reason why this is such a big deal is because it provides a lot more flexibility in the field, and it's a lot easier to service as well, because you don't have to go all the way up 30, 40, 50 feet in the sky to get it, right? Now, the one thing that I would comment on is this particular driver is attached to the mount already, as you can see here, but it will come off, and then you'll have basically this box here, the driver box that you would remote someplace else, right? You can typically go up to about 160 feet, which is about 50 meters away from the luminaire. And again, that provides flexibility. It promotes safety. It reduces overall weight of the luminaire too, making installation slightly more enjoyable because it's not so heavy. As a matter of fact, this particular new luminaire with the remote driver is about 45% less in weight without the driver. And when you compare it to the one that does not have the remote driver, in most cases, in every app, at every size, this one's actually almost less expensive or less weight, which is a big selling feature. It also ships with the standard yoke mount that I just showed you. There is that slip fitter available as an accessory. And of course, as I said previously, you can scan that QR code. It'll take you directly out to the spec sheet. Now, as just a little quick side-by-side comparison, I know I've said this a couple times throughout the presentation so far, but just to kind of highlight side-by-side, remember integrated driver versus remote driver. The new one has a remote driver. The 137 lumens per watt on the old one versus 145 lumens per watt on the new one. 162,000 lumens versus 210,000 lumens. And of course, the weight of the new one is pretty impressive. Anytime you can reduce the overall weight, that means you can reduce the weight on the pole, and it makes it for easier maintenance and just installation as well. So that is the recap of the sports slider, the one with the line extension, as well as the brand new one with the remote driver. So I do have my next poll question. Let me go ahead and launch that one. Let's see, poll question number 2. And hopefully you guys have seen this one. It says, on the wattage selectable sports light with remote driver, how far can remote driver be placed from the luminaire? All right, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. You guys are just killing it this afternoon. All right, and I'll share the results, and I'll also answer the question here on the screen as well. And the correct answer should be 160 feet or 50 meters. So 68% of you got that right, which is pretty impressive. Nice job. All right, moving on. Next product. All right, next up we have TapSync. And let me go ahead and see if I can get to the right button here to hone in on TapSync. So this is what TapSync is back here, and I'm going to be kind of in your way right now, so I'm just going to move a few things over so I don't totally lose it here. All right, so this is what we're talking about with TapSync. By the way, I do not have this hooked up to these. I just put these in here just to make them for a demo purpose more than anything. But basically what TapSync is, I'll explain on the next slide. But specifically for these products, these are available for new construction or retrofit, which makes them really super easy to install. These also are ETL. They also have FCC. They're RoHS. They're really excellent for residential applications, dorm rooms, hotels, motels, restaurants, hospitality environments. And then also, this is really great for spaces where you might have a tenant who comes and goes, or tenants that move out and move in, and you have to maybe change the CCT in that space. You can easily do that. So think of small strip malls besides just residential. Now, the 10 watt does come in at 500 lumens, while the 15 watt comes in at about 1,000 lumens. It has a white housing as well as the 5 selectable CCTs. Now, this can be dimmed via triac dimming, which means no low voltage wires, or you don't need to run any extra wires or anything like that, as long as you make sure you use the appropriate triac dimmer. Also, you do have the optional wireless controller you can use too, which I'll show you that in just a minute. Now, I do realize the lumens per watt aren't terribly great on this particular product, but I think TapSync makes up for it. So don't worry about it, that it's not terribly high in lumens per watt. And obviously these are available in 4-inch and 6-inch. So I have both of those on display here, as you can see. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what TapSync is. So TapSync is a feature that really makes this thing stand out, and it's really smart lighting without Wi-Fi connection and also without an app. You can easily change the CCT with just a tap. So think of it as this: you install it, you sync it, you tap it, you control it. It's that easy. So let me go ahead and show you what happens. So first of all, I've already synced these together. So when I turn power on to them, they are already synced. Usually what would happen is if I provided power right out of the gate, they would dim down. They would perhaps also just dim down a little bit. They might turn on, turn off, but basically they are automatically connecting together when that happens. Once they are connected together, all you have to do is hit a super discrete button on one of the luminaires, and this will change the color, the CCT, and also turn them completely off. So you can see here, I am just changing one of them, and both of them are changing, which is pretty impressive. So the days of having to pull a luminaire out of the ceiling cavity to change the CCT is kind of a thing in the past for this particular product, making it really easy to change the CCT whenever you want to. Again, that discrete button is on the outside of the luminaire. Now, this technology isn't only available in this right here, the downlights. It is available in a few other products too. So, and all of them can be linked together. It's not like you can only just link the downlights. You can link anything that has TapSync together as one. Of course, the benefits of changing the CCT means that you can also improve your sleep, your productivity. You can create different moods and atmospheres based on the time of day and based on, you know, what's going on in the space. And then also you can add in a little controller. And this controller allows you to control up to 3 groups. The wireless controller is used for on, off, dimming, and also being able to select your CCT. The other nice thing about this little guy here is that it has a magnet in the back of it, so it will easily stick to, like, say, a side of a refrigerator. You can connect up to 50 TapSync units together using this little controller, by the way, as well. All right, so this is just a kind of a big screen to show you the overall feature and benefit of this particular product. Again, discrete little button, change the CCT. Grouping, which is super important. They are for new construction or retrofitting. And as I mentioned, this one here, this little remote's pretty neat. So how do you group them using the remote? Pretty easy. So all you have to do is flip your switch 3 times. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. 1, 2. They're going to go into pairing mode. When they start blinking, that is when, oops, I think I did 1 too many. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I did that a little too fast. And then all you have to do is just hit whatever group you want them to be attached to, assigned to. Hold it down. I just did that. And now if I want to shut them off, I can do the remote, turn them on. I can dim them down as well if I wanted to with the remote, or I can also change the CCT as well, all by using this little remote right here. So super cool design, really neat technology. And that is TapSync. All right, moving on, let's go ahead and launch the third poll question, I should say. All right, let me go back here. Launch poll question number 3. So after TapSync units pair together, you have to tap the discrete button located on the outside of the luminaire on each unit in order for the CCT to change. True or false? Ooh, you guys are really like on this today. Got a couple people that said true, but not too many. So let me go ahead and end the poll, and I will go ahead and share those results and also share the correct answer, which is false. All right, so no, you just have to hit the one little button and you are golden, and all of them will sync. All of them will change CCT. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next product. All right, so we are super pleased and excited to announce that we have smart cameras that have Wi-Fi built into them as well. So this is going to be the next product that I talk about, these down here. Hopefully you can see those okay. I don't know if I can, there we go. I can move that down. You might be able, there you go. You can probably see that a little bit better. All right, so here's what we've got going on with these guys. So basically, these particular cameras are all 1080p HD video, micro SD slot for local storage, max 128 gigabytes. That's about 16 days of recording. That is sold separately, by the way, and it is not required. You don't have to go out and buy an SD card if you don't want to. If you do decide to, it's the max 128 gigabytes. All of these do require 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi. All of them have the optional cloud storage with subscription. I will show you an image of what that costs here on the following page. You can also, if you want, take pictures and videos right off the app and save them directly to your phone or tablet. All of these are compatible with the Sylvania app, Alexa, and Hey Google. All of these do kind of have their own specific applications. So let's go ahead and get started with each one of these. So the first one is really meant more for your doorbells, right? A lot of you probably have already started changing to the doorbells that are the devices that allow you to see what's going on while you're gone. So this is what you would put in to replace your current doorbell. That would go there. And then if you want the doorbell to actually make a noise inside, you would have to also purchase the chime. That is sold separately, but that's basically your one option if you're looking at replacing your doorbell. The next one up after that, we have the outdoor IP rated with camera and magnetic mounts. This is a pretty popular one. That is this one right here. So same thing, as I mentioned, has a 1080p HD video, micro SD card, nice and small, compact unit, and it also can magnetic backing, so it can basically, have any position that you want, which makes it kind of cool too. All right, so that's that one. It is IP65 outdoor rated. Next up, we have the IP outdoor with pan, tilt, and auto tracking. And that one is this guy here. Sorry, I almost grabbed the wrong one. Here we go. This is it. All right, so another one that's fairly small, discreet, and nice because you can move it if you need to. So that one is there. Make sure I said that right. No, this was yeah, I thought so. I was like, wait a second, that's not right. This one here is the zone selector one. I was like, wait a second, I think I grabbed the wrong one. This is the zone selector one. I'm like, this one doesn't have pan and tilt. But anyway, you can see how you can kind of move this one around though. So this one's a nice one too. Again, not real big. And then the other one has the pan and the tilt to it. So that's this one. I think that's the next one that's popping up. So a little bit bigger design, but it's nice because it can follow and do tracking, which is a nice feature. So if somebody comes in, it'll track you. I like this a lot. As a matter of fact, that one might have to come home with me. Just saying. All right. The next one that we have is pretty cool as well. So that's this one. And this one is the outdoor flood IP65. Gives you a super powerful 2100 lumens, 6500K light. Also a siren alarm and zone selection. So this one's pretty cool. And the next one, and again, those are all IP65. Those are all outdoor rated. So there's that. And then we start moving into the indoor products. So we have basically two indoor options. Well, the first one is the small guy to keep an eye on your animals while you're gone at work, right? So this one here, indoor motion, pan, tilt, and zone selection. And then the other one is also a zone selection, really small. This thing's tiny. This is like really small, but this one's a kind of a cool one too. Indoor with zone selection, also sound detection. So it really depends on what you want to achieve, on which camera is going to work best for you. And again, the app is something that you can purchase with a subscription if you want. Otherwise, you can just download the app. It's free. And then if you want to do the subscription, you can do the subscription if you choose to do so. And that is the cost of the subscription. You guys can take a look at that while I launch the next poll question. All right, so I think we're on poll question number 4. And that is, a SD card is required for all cameras, which is purchased separately. True or false? Oh, I was hoping we were going to get 100% on this one. All right. And again, I'm going to end the poll. Sorry if you didn't get your vote in yet. The answer to this one is false. You do not need an SD card. It is not required. If you want it to, you can certainly add one if you choose to do so. Okay. All right. Stop sharing that one. All right, moving on to the next product. Another one I have to play with. You never know what's going to happen when I do this, by the way. It's always kind of scary. All right. Usually I don't have any problems, but you never know. When it's live, you don't know what's going to happen. So next up, we have our Smart Plus Wi-Fi filament lamps offered in A19. We've got a G25, and we also have ST 19 as well. So couple different shapes that will work for like about anything that you need, right? These are also ETL. They are RoHS. They work with Alexa, Hey Google. And also these are really great for residential applications, dorm rooms, hotels, motels, hospitality environments, including restaurants. These are available, as I said, in A19, G25, ST19. All of them are filament style with either 2000K or 2700K, or they have color changing with that 2700K. All of them are Wi-Fi and do require a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection. Lumens do range from 350 to 800 and up to about 106 lumens per watt. They are also dimmable by using the app and only the app. All right. So what happens with these guys? So let me go ahead and bring up my next slide here first. You guys can kind of take a look at the screen as I'm kind of explaining how this works. So I have 3 lamps in here. All right. A globe, an amber A19, and a white filament A19. Okay. And when I turn these on, they are going to start blinking at me. Once they start to blink, I'm then going to open up the Sylvania Smart app. Okay, you guys probably aren't going to be able to see this great, but it already knows that, hey, do you want me to add these devices? Yep, I do. It's going to ask me, is my Wi-Fi correct? Yep, they are. They already started the process. So they're already in the process of downloading onto my app. Once they get done downloading, at that point, I'll be able to change the CCT or color, I should say, change the color. And I can also dim them, and I can also turn them on and off, and I can also do scheduling, which is really cool too. All right, so one of them, the G25, has already done, that one was back here. That one's the RGB, so I can do color changing on that one if I wanted to. Also the A19 Amber, that's this one, is warmer in color. I don't know how well that's coming across, but that one's done. And then the A19 is getting worked on right now. Again, it just depends on what you want to do in the space, whether or not you want white, or if you want amber, or if you want to do color changing. It's really suitable for just about any application. By the way, these can be sold in California. They are also suitable for enclosed fixtures. And as I mentioned, they are dimmable via the app. So now once I have them added to my app, I'm actually going to go to the G25, the RGB one, because I think it's kind of fun. So if I come over here to the color and hit color, now I can change the color of the lamp by using my app, which is pretty neat. Otherwise, if I just come back here to white, it'll just come back to my typical kind of amber sort of color. The other thing that I like most about this product actually is that I can do the scheduling. That's probably the thing that I like the most and why I use it at home. It's really easy to disconnect your devices. It tells you exactly how to do it. You just click on the upper little mark, it'll say remove device, and then it'll also ask you whether or not you want to disconnect, or if you want to disconnect and wipe data. When you do this, you probably are going to want to make sure you choose disconnect and wipe data when you make that change. And again, like I said, I can turn them on and off too if I want. Now, the reason that they're blinking again is because some of them I've already removed. And so they are saying, hey, I'm ready to be paired again, or I'm ready to be added to your app. So that's the reason why they're blinking again, because I removed all of them. So that is pretty cool product too. All right, shut those off. All right, what do we have up next? So I'm guessing probably a poll question. Yes. All right, here we go. Polls question number 5 is launch. What 3 lamp types are available in this new LED Smart Plus Wi-Fi filament lamp? All right, are we gonna get 100% this time? Nope, almost so close. Not quite. All right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I know I'm probably not leaving you guys a bunch of time to answer these. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll and let's go ahead and share the results and actually the answers as well. And the answers are A19, G25, and also ST19. Overall, not too bad. All right, moving back up, let me go ahead and talk a little bit about our last product. I think we're on our last product. Okay, our last product, I believe. So you guys might not be aware of this, but we have 5 different levels to meet our customers' needs when it comes to decorative PARs, reflectors, and so forth. The one that we're actually going to be talking about today that is a line extension is our Renaissance lamp family. But remember, we still do have the entry-level price point with the Eco LED. We have the contractor friendly with our contractor offering. We have the Ultra LED for those looking for dimming. And of course, our Renaissance brand is really made more for retail, museums. And then of course, we've got True Wave, which is absolutely awesome because it helps improve your wake cycles and your sleep cycles. It takes the blue out of it. That's True Wave technology. And then when you look at all of these, really, we do have you guys covered, whether you're looking for really inexpensive in the contractor world, or if you're looking at something that's going to take that blue saturation out. What I really like about the Renaissance brand and that pillar is that it is really meant for museums and also retail stores or anywhere where you need really crisp light. So specifically on this one, it does have PAR 20, PAR 30, and PAR 38. So all 3 of those are now available, PAR 20, PAR 30, PAR 38. They are also available. This might show up on a quiz, by the way, sometime. They are available in a wide spot, a narrow flood, and a flood. So wide spot, narrow flood, PAR 20, PAR 30, and PAR 38. These lamps do feature high efficiency, high beam light, also 90 CRI. So these are going to be really great for our friends in California. Dimmable down to 10%, which allows them to be sold in California as well. This family is used in a lot of applications. As I mentioned, they are also able to be used in wet locations as well as open and enclosed fixtures too. All right, so let's go ahead and launch our last poll question. And let me go ahead and get that up. Launch now. Ooh, this is a fill in the blank. Renaissance lamps are offered in blank, blank, and blank, and now available in blank, blank, and blank. Let's see. Can we get 100%, please? No, not quite yet. That's all right. All right. Again, don't be mad at me. I'm going to end the poll, share the results, and also share the answer with you guys. And the answer is PAR 20, PAR 30, PAR 38, wide spot, narrow flood, and flood. Majority, you got that right. So nice job. High five to you guys. All right, let me go ahead and stop sharing that. And I'll move to, I believe, the very last slide. All right, so I want to thank you all. Your feedback for this presentation is really important to us. So please scan the QR code. I think you'll also get a link with the email that goes out. But please do scan the QR code. We really appreciate the feedback. And with all of that being said, we are actually going to get into the Q&A session now. So we've got a couple that are already answered, probably by our product managers, which are awesome. So talking about the area lights that we showed you, with or without remote driver, the question was, can it be used in basketball courts? And yes, the product manager said absolutely. How can I make the screen larger? View options should, yes. Thank you for answering that our question, Amanda. The bottom half of the screen data is cut off every slide to make more room for live video. Can we move? Oh, sorry about that. Can you try to change your view? Okay, we had some problems with viewing. Let me know if you guys are still experiencing issues with viewing. You just let me know. I might have to just go through the instructions at the very beginning. J Brick, up to 480 volt. Again, I think we're talking about this particular product here. That does have the remote driver, has 2 options, 120 to 277 and 200 to 480 volt. And looks like some more for these bad boys here. IES files are available. You can download them on our website. There is a link that was also provided, which is great. Can you make the QR codes available? Sure. Actually, they are. They will also be available. My Sylvania, we usually have this thing that comes out that has the new product launches. If you're not signed up for My Sylvania yet, definitely think about doing so. You can get all the information there as well. There will be an email that goes out as a follow-up. The only thing is it's not going to go out until we do the next product launch, which is scheduled for next Thursday. And then we're going to just send off one email. So you won't see this one right away. Okay, for the area, for the outdoor camera, that would be 2100 lumens. How many lumens? Yep, that's what we mentioned. Do they have battery backup in case of power outage? And the answer for that, for the smart cameras, besides the outdoor battery camera model, they do not. So only the outdoor battery model, camera model does. I think, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I think, is it this one feels like it's got a battery in it. I'm pretty sure it's this one here that has the battery backup. And if not, JF, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is correct. Okay, well, what else did we miss here? Did I get through all of those open? Correct. Okay, good. Cool. All right. Which of the sport lighting can replace or be similar to a halophane for basketball? Oh, we talked about that one. Yep. So either one of those would be fine. Any other questions that anybody has that may not have been addressed? All right, and if you did raise your hand, Paul, if you do want to speak, just raise your hand again. That might have been just a problem or an accident hit, and if so, no worries. All right, so please do use the scan the QR code that I have up on the screen. There's also a little question about how to, or if the date and time is good or bad, or what you guys feel about that. Appreciate your feedback on that too. I hope you enjoyed today, and certainly come back for more. All right, bye everybody.